What's up guys, with 2042 coming to an end, I thought it'd be time to have a look over what we can expect in the lead up to the next Battlefield game. Obviously with Season 7, that's the last season that we're going to see for this game. They're still adding a few more stuff, a few more bits and pieces. There's still an event or two to come, but this will pretty much be it for 2042 now. So I thought we'd have a look and see what we can expect in regards to when the next game comes out, what sort of time we can expect to be seeing teaser trailers, news, info, etc. Obviously quite a lot of people were disappointed with 2042 on the whole, and I'm sure, as I am, you're eagerly awaiting the next Battlefield game. So let's have a look and see how it's going to go. Okay, so the first bit we should really think about is the when of it all. When are we going to see the reveal? When might we see a teaser? And when is the game likely to release? Now, up on your screen right now, I've put this rudimentary file together, did a bit of digging and found out when a bunch of the previous Battlefield games hit these landmarks. So as you can see, we generally get a teaser around the end of May, followed shortly after by a reveal trailer in June usually, with a few exceptions, and then the main release normally follows late October to late November. So I think it's pretty safe to say that we're probably going to have to wait until next year for a teaser and a reveal, but at least we can kind of know when that's going to be. Hopefully we'll get some news in the meantime, but judging by the trends, that's what it's going to be. So that's the when part in a nutshell covered. Next up is the what. What kind of reveal should we expect? What sort of Battlefield should we hope for? Well, obviously we can expect little news tidbits and updates coming out here and there, like we just recently had the the rather funnily reacted to Andrew Wilson comments about tremendous live service. We could probably expect quite a lot more of those little nibbles. But then, of course, the main thing we want is the reveal trailer, maybe some kind of a dev live stream, hopefully. That's what I would be hoping for, to let us know what we're in for. At some point, obviously, they're going to confirm what the game is actually going to be based on, what it's about. Now, we know they're not going to go back to the premium model, although we'd all love to see that happen. It's just not going to happen. Live service models for games developers and publishers are just too lucrative nowadays, so we can, I think, kiss the days of premium goodbye, sadly. But let's hope, at least with these crazy amounts of studios, quite frankly, they've put onto this game, that they can actually deliver a proper live service this time. Maybe with some like live updates, you know, going into sort of what we should hope for, maybe a proper live service where there's actually some kind of, you know, battle map with campaigns maybe that you know, different factions are fighting over. That would be something nice and new to add into the game. Obviously we should definitely hope for them to not continue with certain aspects, such as the specialists, for example. And then certain other things we'd hope would make a return, such as a proper single-player campaign. Not the sort of sprinkled version we had with Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5, where it's pretty much just like a little short stories. I want a full start-to-finish campaign like we had in, you know, the Bad Company series, Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, etc. We need to have that because it provides the immersion. It sort of gets you into the world of the game, and you can believe you're actually, you know, fighting an important battle rather than just running around in some arena getting kills, which is sort of, quite frankly, the feel that 2042 has most of the time. So yeah, I would expect there to definitely be a single-player campaign for this next game. I would expect to see some kind of single-player cinematic reveal for it. I would also expect to see, obviously, a multiplayer reveal with maybe various different aspects of it. Maybe they want to showcase different parts. Hopefully we'll see some of that. Obviously we'll have little news articles coming out here and there when they do you know, press conference type things, you know, little bits and pieces at E3. Maybe they'll show few little bits of what they're working on. Obviously we definitely want to see a beta of the game that's playable. so that we can actually see what we're letting ourselves in for. I can imagine there'll be cinematic trailers, and this is a good point that we should watch out for on this next one. Don't believe the hype with the cinematic trailers, because as we saw with 2042, they can pump a lot of riz into the cinematic side of things, and then the gameplay just falls flat compared to it. So, you know, kudos to those guys who made those cinematic trailers for 2042, because they were fucking shit hot. But unfortunately the game just didn't live up to that in its opening day, so one thing to look out for. Now, if I may be so bold, I'd like to outline my hopes for the next Battlefield game. In terms of the single player campaign, I think it would be amazing to see what happened directly after the events of Battlefield 4. So obviously we had Wrecker, we had Irish, we had Puck, and we had Hannah. One of them is known to die blowing up the carrier, or maybe they didn't. You know, they can show that however they want. It would be nice to see what happened to Wrecker, because absolutely we know he didn't appear in 2042, whereas the others did, except maybe Hannah. So maybe they could show us what happened with those two a little bit more. That would be great. And then just you know, if they could just avoid getting caught up in politics and just make it a believable conflict, that would be great. That's the single player. Multiplayer, they need to get back to the core of the game. No more specialists, no more fancy pants stuff, just the core Battlefield gameplay experience we love. Great maps that are well thought out, not just flat open plains like we had at the start of 2042. I'd also like to see the gunplay just slowed down just a little bit, because it's starting to feel a bit too much like an arena shooter rather than a tactical. I know it's arcade style, but we don't want it to be that fast. I feel like it needs to just be slowed down just ever so slightly. And then obviously we want the live service to work great. We want regular updates, new weapons all the time. I quite liked the way they did Battlefield 5's live service. I know a lot of you are probably going to shoot me down for this, but the way that every week you could unlock something, rather than just having it all available in one go for the sweats to just unlock all at once. With Battlefield 5's live service, every week you had the chance to be one of the first people to unlock the new gadget, the new gun, whatever it was, and it just gives you a great chance to kind of, you know, compete for something. And that's my idea for the perfect start to the next Battlefield game. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments what you want from the next Battlefield game. Be interesting to see if they're the same as mine, or if maybe you like Battlefield 2042 the way it is. Let me know and we'll discuss it. I'll see you in the next video.